Hey guys, it's been a while. If you are a new subscriber to my channel, thank you so much for actually clicking that subscribe button. But I feel like I need to say an even bigger thank you to all of my old subscribers, my faithful subscribers for sticking around. Things got really rough for me and I needed a break. I needed some time off YouTube. I even logged off Facebook. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and deactivate my account. If you follow me on social media, primarily Instagram, I have been present on Instagram. Even though there were times I had some dry spells, like I'll go days without posting anything on Instagram, I have been present on Instagram. I commented on some of your videos. I wasn't always able to keep up with every single post. I really just needed to slow down, and I had a lot going on. I still have a lot going on, but I felt like I needed to come back to YouTube and let you guys know because I've been getting so many messages. People have drawn the craziest of conclusions. One person asked me if I actually got deported. No, I didn't get deported. I'm not dealing with any kind of death or anything like that. This is why I'm here talking to you guys, so you have an idea of what has been going on, and I can, hopefully I can give you some insight into where my channel is going. I also have my phone because I made some notes. I did not want to leave anything out. I'm going to put my phone right here so I don't have to keep looking at the, but if you find me looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my phone screen and I don't want to leave anything out. Basically, I've been going through periods of change, and I say periods of change as opposed to a change because so many things have been going on. I have been, I've had to make some huge adjustments over the past few months. And I've had some struggles as well. So what I would like for you guys to do is to actually just take in everything so you understand what I've been dealing with and you have a better idea of where I'm going, so you do not feel like I'm going to abandon you. Okay, honestly guys, about 3-4 years ago, okay, so let me just back up a little bit. Most of you know that I'm a teacher. I'm a high school teacher. If you're new to my channel, I teach chemistry, and I've been teaching for 11 years, going into my 12th year. I know you're going to try to figure out my age, but I'm not that old, and that's the video for another day. But it was about 4 years ago, I transitioned into a new school district. I did that for legal reasons. When I say legal reasons, in terms of being an immigrant to the United States, I thought I was making the best decision. The district itself, like working with my team, my science department, working at the school, I really enjoyed that. I enjoyed what I was assigned to teach. But the transition itself wasn't without struggles. About 150 of us international teachers found ourselves in some really sticky situations, and that is where I think my whole passion for continuing in education started to dwindle. Regardless, long story short, I started to actively interview for a new position in January of this year. It was in the middle of the school year. I went to the interview. I was offered a position. I thought I was going to be allowed to, I thought I was going to be released from my contract, first of all. Given the case that I presented to my school district, that did not happen. And things got really bad from there, for me at least. I commute an hour each way. I know there are people out there that actually commute for longer periods of time, but the thing about it, and I'm not putting my position as a teacher over anyone else's job. Teaching is something it's a field that consumes you. It drains you. That's why you would often hear people say, teachers are like candles. You consume yourself to light the way for others. And if you're like me, you're passionate, you're driven, you love what you do, you're gonna get burnt out pretty quick. So being that kind of person and having to do that kind of commute, having a few instances where I had situations in traffic where I had an accident. You guys already know about that. I already talked about that. All of those things were just like wake-up calls for me. So I was trying to transfer to a district closer to where I live. And I really thought I was presenting the best case, the strongest case that I could have possibly presented to my district, asking them to kindly release me of my contract because I'm driving to work. I'm literally falling asleep behind the wheel. There were times I found myself going from lane to lane to lane and I couldn't wake up. It was a struggle. And essentially at those meetings, I was told, nope, I chose what I chose and it was my decision. That has nothing to do with whatever. So I felt like there was this lack of care, and that really did turn me off, guys. So I actively started looking for a position elsewhere, closer to where I lived. Regardless, I interviewed, I was offered a position, and my district at the time told me no. So after I came to the realization that I was fighting a losing battle, I decided to just kind of write it out, work my way towards the end of the year, which is now, because it's now summer, and I have officially moved on from that phase. So I'm looking at my phone again, but it was hard making it through second semester. And then on top of that, I was assigned at the beginning of the year, according to my contract, I was assigned to teach honors chemistry and AP chemistry. I've always taught honors and AP. I've taught regular classes before, and believe me, there's no issue there. Chemistry is chemistry. It's just that the discipline level with the kids, the commitment, etc., that's where the different levels of regular honors and AP all vary. So it had nothing to do with the group of kids, but it was just the way in which everything was done. Second semester, I showed up at work for second semester after winter break, and I had a brand new set of kids who already started the academic year, which was the previous August, with a new teacher. And then second semester, to just take all of the kids and throw them to me, that was very overwhelming. So in my head, in my teacher head, I was dealing with regular classes, honors classes and AP classes every single day, and it was so stressful. Regardless, so that is for that. Okay, that was one thing that was going on. Then there was my competition. You guys know I competed in April after putting off my show in March because of the accident due to work related stuff, being tired and all that. I had a little fender bender, but I was able to compete in April, and I honestly just decided after my show I wanted to relax, take a break from social media for a while, and that was where the whole idea of taking a break came from. And then when I finally decided to come back, after the break, my camera broke. So I'm talking to you guys. I can't see myself because I'm not using a camcorder. I'm just using a regular camera. So I'm going on faith here that this has been recorded well enough. And after that, things just kind of just fell out of place. So I'm going to go to a specific list that I have here, and I'm going to talk to you guys about what has been going on that has kept me away from YouTube for even longer. Essentially, I'm going to tell you guys that yes, I am pregnant. So I'll spend a little bit of time talking to you guys about this. I don't want to give much of it away as of now, but I feel like, since this is a fitness and health channel, a lot of you wondering, well, how the heck is this going to affect what's to come? So I'm going to talk to you guys about this, but this is what has been going on with me as well. So I'm gonna say I am under the guidance of my doctor. I have been working out. That has never changed. A lot of people were clueless. Literally a couple of people kind of figured it out. I didn't even know until like weeks, guys. But understand everything that I share here is because I was, I already had a conversation with my husband, and I was clear, and I'm under the guidance of my doctor. Each pregnancy is different. Every woman is different. And every woman is going to experience her journey differently. Some women, they're going to have this glow. Others, they're going to have acne and pimples and breakouts, like yours truly. People are going to have morning sickness in the morning, and some people are going to have morning sickness at night, and that's me. I'm the night person. I am officially out of my first trimester. I'm now in my second trimester. I'm still freaked out. I'm still a wreck. I'm still nervous. I'm just an emotional roller coaster right now. I did not have any obvious signs. I will tell you that cutting for my competition resulted in me waking up pregnant. Okay, I'm going to leave that for another video, because I feel like as someone who competed, I owe it to females who are considering competing as well. And I will leave that for another video. I'm scrolling through my phone, but there were no obvious signs. There were I had no throwing up. I did not have any morning sickness. I just felt like at the time it was just competition woes. Prior to competition, leading up to competition time, when I started cutting in November of 2015, my period was almost non-existent. It got to the point I was just not having one. So obviously, when I got pregnant, there was no difference. I couldn't tell. Okay. So to me, it was no big deal. I did notice at one time there was a little bit of soreness on my boobies. My boobs were sore, but I thought, yay, finally I'm going to have a period, because that's what happens to me when I'm about to. I did feel a little bit of cramping, so all of that just made me feel like, okay, I am about to have a period. I'm going to be normal again. And it really wasn't that. And what started happening later on was, I started having these weird like symptoms. They included things like chicken. I got really turned off from chicken. So I know now that was like a food aversion. I was really dizzy. I remember being at work and I was just really dizzy and really tired, and I was really struggling to get through the rest of the year, the semester. I was just really listless, and my hubby kind of picked up on that, because he is a dad. I have stepkids, so he already picked up on that vibe. He was like, "Are you? You should take a pregnancy test, whatever." And I hesitated. I don't know why I hesitated. I feel like, okay, if I am, I'm not really ready to accept the fact that I am, and maybe I'm not, because nothing that's going on right now, like missed periods, sore breasts, cramps, etc., those things are typical when you're about to have a period. So I just kind of ignored it, and I don't know. But regardless, it's confirmed. It was confirmed about 2 months after. I remembered taking the test, and my eyes flooded. I was so shocked. I can't even tell you, if you're looking at this video and I want you to share your experiences with me, because I'm very new to this. Nothing was obvious for me. But later on, some of the annoying symptoms included things like excessive salivation. I had a spit cup in my car. I would spit literally every 2 minutes, and that is because of the acid reflux, and that was something I was constantly, and I'm still constantly, it's just a battle. Excessive tiredness. I have to take cat naps. I think that has been the most shocking thing, is that you hear people, they're pregnant, they get, they're going through morning sickness and whatnot, but no one tells you how tired you're gonna be. I find myself out of breath a lot. I'm not out of shape, but for some reason, it does take a toll on your body, because you're building a person, you're helping build and carry a person. I was dizzy on and off, food aversions, chicken, oh my God, protein in general, but chicken could be my death. I like chicken, you know, but now I can't even. It depends. If my husband prepares it, I can, but if I do, I cannot. And it's so weird. Acne, I broke out like a teenager. I couldn't believe how bad acne was. I mean, you know, my whole face had bumps, my neck, and I thought, you know, I'm still going to, well, my doctor told me, I spoke to her about this, but she said, you know, I thought this was because of, you know, going to the pool, but I noticed this earlier on, but it got progressively worse. So she's telling me that it's because of the hormonal levels changing and adjusting that I'm breaking out like this, but I got some topical medication that's not really helping, so I'm just gonna stick it out. I know my face looks really beat today because I took my time. I went out and I just, you know, I had a moment and I wanted to get made up, so I did it. But other than that, I don't wear anything. Even to go out, I don't put anything on my face because I do not want to clog my pores and cause issues, more issues with my pimples. I seem to be suffering from pregnancy brain. I am forgetting things. I know that's probably annoying. I would put something one place I can't remember. I would ask things over and over again. I would tell you, prior to this experience, I really doubted there was such a thing, but apparently it is. And there might be an evolutionary reason for this. You know, your brain wants to be occupied with the safety and health of your, you know, your precious bundle. So the other stuff is put on a back burner. So there might be some kind of evolutionary purpose to that, but I kid you not, it seems to be real because I'm forgetting the simplest of things. I'm sure I probably annoy my husband because I do ask things over and over again sometimes, and I forget things. Regardless, I have felt the baby move. I think that was about at 13 weeks. That first time, it felt like a little flutter, like little wings, like, you know, or little scrapings on your inside your uterus, and it freaked the heck out of me. I was like, you know, I was laying down, I was like, what the heck was that? And I got up, and an hour or so later, I felt it again. So I remembered messaging my mom and ask her, you know, what is this? Because I couldn't call my doctor. And she was like, well, probably, but usually you want to wait around 16 weeks or so. So I have felt something in there. And some things that have helped me, ice, cold water, that has helped me a lot. That seemed to have fixed everything throughout the first trimester. Berry smoothies. You know, when my husband, like, he touches me or embraces me, that seems to, everything else seems to subside. All of the sickness, the tiredness, whatever. It's funny, I don't know if any of you ladies out there ever experienced that, but your spouse literally just embracing you or brushing you or, I don't know, just touching you helps you deal with everything that is going on, even the physical symptoms that you feel. That has been so soothing for me. Thank goodness I had no constipation. I have not had any kind of vomiting going on. I have not ever. There was this one time I had this great idea to go eat oranges and potatoes because that's what I was feeling for. It was really a weird combination, but just that one time I threw up because of the combination. But other than that, throughout this entire period, I have not thrown up at all. So knock on wood for that. That's a good thing. But I have had nausea. And what else? One of the first things I noticed was that my muscles, there was atrophy going on, and you know, that was kind of, you know, I remember my hubby telling me, you need to eat something you don't eat, you're gonna lose your gains and all that stuff. And I'm just there going through the emotions, and I'm struggling. I could not, whatever I could have kept down, that is what I could have kept down, and that I ate that. My body seemed to crave, you know, lack of a better word, crave, but the only thing I could have kept down really was carbs. And you guys know me, I'm all about keeping on top of things, but the realization is that you sometimes not in control. You just have to eat what you can during the first trimester. So protein was a struggle. I'm getting back to a place where I can actually eat, and my appetite is building up. My weight is right on track. My doctor told me don't gain more than 25, don't stop working out, more than 25 pounds, and don't stop working out. So everything is right on track. But the atrophy came about because I wasn't eating. I was working out, but I wasn't eating. So, and honestly, I really believe that I had some depression. My doctor told me I had depression going on because this was unplanned. I was always on the fence about having kids, and this was unplanned. And as I said earlier on, I bawled when I saw the positive on pregnancy test. I felt like time stopped. I just didn't know what to do. And that's always surprising to people because they always say, oh, well, you're married anyways. But, not every married couple wants to have kids together or additional kids, because my husband has kids from a previous marriage, but I was, guys, and I'm going to save this for another video, but it was very hard for me as well. And I'm now at a place where, okay, I need to get myself together, my mind together, and be as strong as I can be. What else can I tell you guys? Some things really quick. I got this little diary. It's called 40-ish weeks. If you are planning, or you are, I highly suggest you get it. But you're basically documenting your journey in here up to the first year. And this has helped me a lot to express what I'm going through, my emotions, just kind of like a keepsake. And this is something you can give your child when they're of a certain age, whenever you feel it's appropriate to. You can put general, it has like things you can put, like, like a diary, pictures you can post, or from your sonogram, things like that. It just helps you to keep on track. Documentation and, notes and questions from my doctor and things like that. I've been very dry. My skin has been very dry and itchy, so I'm using bio oil, cocoa butter, and shea butter products to help with that, because that is also part of, I know stretch marks can be genetic, but there are things that you can do to eliminate having to deal with stretch marks. So I'm addressing this early. Other than that, I'm taking precaution with what I eat. I'm taking precaution in the gym. There are people, women especially, who have been very encouraging, and I really, really appreciate that, because you really do need the support. Guys, your life changes when the reality sinks in. And some other things that I've done, that I'm doing, is working on a birth plan. I opened a savings account for my little one, because I figure I need to start saving for college and all these things now. I already made an email address. I've been sending little messages and inspirational things and memories for my little one, because you never know what happens in life. And I'm just trying to do the best and be the best and take care of myself so I can have a healthy journey. With regards to where my channel is going, it's probably going to be more of a vlog type kind of thing for now, but I'll still be giving you guys what you want. I'll be sharing my workouts, sharing my diets with you, and I have bigger goals in mind, and I will share those things in another video. But that's it, and until then, peace.